So I'm speaking particularly on behalf of teenagers, so 11 to sort of 18-year-olds. Just so you know, I have some self-awareness. I realize I am not a teenager. I have been 15, just not in this century. And it would have been much better for young people to be here to talk to you themselves. I'm acutely aware of that. They, however, have to be in double maths this afternoon, and so they send their love. If you don't talk to young people about generosity in your youth work, don't be surprised if they don't find it easy to talk about it as adults. We're teaching young people by what we say and what we don't say in our youth ministry. One of the tasks of youth work is to help young people apply faith to their everyday experience in life, to see the dotted line between this faith that they're holding and growing and their experience. And they're not daft. They notice what is not spoken about just as much as what is. So if you spend 5 years in youth group and no one ever talks to you clearly, tangibly about finances, generosity, and giving, you are learning something about the Christian faith. So there's a real challenge, I think, for youth workers to do more. I'm not saying, I should just be clear, I'm not saying they do nothing, but I think there is a real space to do more and to engage young people. Young people, as they grow up, want to know that their faith has something to say about GCSEs and Netflix and traitors and everything. By the way, surely Stephen's generosity in the finale is a subject to be discussed with every teenager, foregoing £45,000 for his values. I think that's a topic I'd like to sit and talk to a 15-year-old about. So I think we've got to say more, and they notice when we don't say anything. And then the second thing, and the last thing I'd like to say is, I think we've got to give young people some responsibility. Can we be a bit more dangerous with our youth work? I'd like to suggest that every church gives the youth group a proportion of their missions budget to spend, and that they don't put any restrictions on it. It's for those young people to think, to pray, to engage with how that money can best be of use in God's work. And I just wonder if we started doing more in practice with young people, whether the reality of that and their generosity themselves would start to grow alongside that. So maybe I'll stop there, and I hope that's given at least something to think about to start with.